Welcome to Series 2 of Creator Club here on Reesy FC, and if you haven't guessed yet by the thumbnail, we're in America this year. We're going to be doing around 3 seasons in the MLS, looking to go from a poor/mediocre side into one of the leading franchises. We have replaced Real Salt Lake from the Western Conference and have built our club in Las Vegas, building a 40,000 capacity seater stadium in the desert. And of course, the Reesy Arena has its fair share of casinos, because you cannot have a stadium without casinos in Las Vegas. There are lots of rules in the MLS, including expansion drafts, normal drafts, salary caps, designated player spots, and all other American things like Dunkin' Donuts. We'll be going through them things together, don't you worry. So without further ado, let's get into the main save and let's go in ahead, look at our club vision, meet the squad, or should I say roster. Welcome to Reesy FC in the MLS. Hello everyone, I'm Dan and welcome to episode 1 of this Creator Club series here on FM21. Hope you're all well and we're finally here. We're in the journey of Creator Club in the MLS and I am a bit nervous and excited. I don't really know what to think of this. The MLS is full of rules and to be fair, I've not really learnt much of them. I tried to, I then forgot them. So this is definitely going to be a learning curve for both of us, and if you are watching and you're enjoying it, please leave a like on the video. It would be great to get this off to a great start and get a good fair few likes on this initial video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here as well. That would be greatly appreciated, and make sure you turn on your notifications so you'll be notified every time I upload a video on the channel. So guys, we are here. Also what I'd appreciate as well, as I go along, I'm going to make lots of mistakes about these rules, I'm sure of it. I'm probably going to leave key players out my squad because of salary caps or me just overlooking stupid things. Let me know in the comments if you notice I do anything wrong. I will read all your comments and get back to you, and we'll try and, we'll try and build this MLS franchise together successfully, I guess. So the first question you're probably asking is, why did we take over Real Salt Lake? Is it Real? By the way, first of all, is it Real Salt Lake or Real Salt Lake? I'm guessing Real because normally teams spelt real in football is pronounced Real. So I'm going to go Real Salt Lake. And again, let me know in the comments if I've completely butchered that. It doesn't matter though, because they don't exist anymore. They're non-existent. Reesy FC have taken over Real Salt Lake. The reason we took over them was because last season they finished 22nd in the MLS overall. So they're not a great side. The finance, they're not a mega rich franchise either, and there's scope to build a really good squad here. I've had a quick peek at the squad and it doesn't look too bad, to be fair, but there is scope for improvement. The finances are okay, they're not mega rich, but we've got scope to add players. We've got room on the salary cap apparently so far, so it's a good club to start with, and hopefully we can make them MLS challengers, if that's the right terminology in this weird league. First of all, here are a few rules before we take you into the club vision and you meet the squad today. So again, I've kind of read it and I've kind of forgot it. It's a lot to take in, so we will skim through it together. So apparently Reesy FC may sign a maximum of 2 designated players. So basically, you have my understanding of this without reading it is you have a salary cap. So players can, in our case, the senior salary of £9,750 per week is what the player will be capped at in our squad. However, we've got 2 roles where we can have designated players, and that means that we can have 2 players in there that will exceed the salary cap. And my understanding is when the likes of David Beckham came over and they're trying to get these big name stars into the MLS, that is when they brought in the 2 designated, or the designated players spots, because of course Beckham's not going to come over on, I don't know, a £500,000 contract, let's say, but only get paid £10,000 of that a week. So they did bring this in so we could have superstars over in the MLS. I'm talking like I'm bedded in here and I'm actually in America. We can have them in the MLS, I said. They can have them in the MLS. That shows you I'm really getting into this save already, and I haven't even gone past the first email yet. Next up, you can have a designated player 20 years old or younger is referred to as a young designated player and only counts £2,200 per week against club salary budget, whereas young designated player 21 to 23 years old counts as £3,000 per week against the club salary budget. This is already really confusing. This amount cannot be lowered with general allocation money. However, it can be lowered using targeted allocation money. Instead, clubs will not have to buy the third DP roster slot to accommodate a young designated player. Straight over my head already. There are two main types of squad registration slots in the MLS, senior and off-budget. Players registered on a senior slot will always count towards the salary cap, whilst off-budget players are given an exemption. So does that mean we can bring in, if there's two registered squads, we can bring in some off-budget players in maybe? Again, this is all to learn when we come to do our squad selection for the season. Skimming further down into the rules, if you look, every club seems to have an academy. We have one here over on the right hand side called the RFC Academy, which of course is the Reesy FC Academy. And apparently players signed there count as homegrown, and that means they can be used under a homegrown status until they move permanently to a non-MLS club. So they can be registered using either a senior or off-budget slot. So for instance, for senior homegrown players registered as off-budget, the combined difference between their salary cap impact and their minimum salary cap impact is exempt from the salary cap up to a maximum of £1,900 per week. No idea again. And there's a lot about this Generation Adidas as well. So Generation Adidas contracts pay above the senior minimum salary value and are given to the highest rated prospects coming through the draft system. They are always exempt from the salary cap and can only be registered using an off-budget slot. So I'm guessing these are awesome upcoming players. Yeah, highest rated prospect coming through the draft system. So, okay, I guess we will have a shot at trying to sign a Generation Adidas player. Sounds interesting. Reserve contract players are also exempt from the salary cap and can only occupy off-budget slots. Reserve contracts can only be given to players under the age of 25 and come with a maximum length of 2 years. We're just going to pick this up as we go along, guys, because that is a lot to take in. Let's head straight across, though, to the club vision. I've got something to show you immediately after this. So the club vision is develop the... Of course, this is Real Salt Lake's club vision as well we're based it off, so we're just pretending... Well, we're a club coming. I've erased the history. We're coming in and just taking over their targets, basically. So develop the players' club's youth system, that's fine. Sign players under the age of 21 for the future, so that's interesting, because I was kind of hoping we could bring in a bit of a superstar as one of the designated players. That might kibosh them plans. Sign young players to develop for profit. I don't know how long we can carry on doing that, though, because we want to be able to win the MLS. Certainly win our conference and then go on to win the MLS for sure. So that might hinder us a little bit in trying to achieve them targets. MLS this season, they want us to be competitive. They want us to finish mid-table of the Supporters' Shield, so I'm guessing that's like another league. And the US Cup reached the 5th round as a minimum. So there's not... After that, they're looking just to sell the club. So I don't know. There's not an awful lot of pressure here, which is quite a good thing. Hopefully we can just ignore these and just create our own targets, essentially, and try and win the MLS within about 3 seasons. That's the plan anyway, or get as close to it as possible. Basically, we just want to make this the biggest franchise in America. One cool thing you can see here on the club info page is the kits. Look at them beautiful kits. I love this away one, especially the white, orange and black one. Absolutely superb. I got these kits made by FM Custom Kits. Here is his logo. Link down in the description to his website. Lovely guy. Produces fantastic kits. Does amazing jobs with them, and it does them really quick turnaround time. It only took like literally a day and a half for me to get the kits. 3D kits as well, which you will see in the match engine throughout this series. All works wonderfully. They're fantastic. Highly recommend him. And if you fancy getting some kits done, definitely check out FM Custom Kits. So a little bit of just an insight in the club. So we have a reputation of 3 stars, so a national reputation. We're founded in the year 2020. I made it that in the editor, so we are literally essentially like a new club, even though we've taken over Real Salt Lake in the MLS. Facilities wise, here we go. There's the Reesy Arena. It is a 40,000 capacity stadium. It doesn't mention anywhere here about casinos, but here I can assure you there's a casino. Here, there's another casino. A casino on this corner and on this corner as well. Really good casinos. You should check it out if you go to Las Vegas. We've also got undersoil heating, which I don't think we would need in the desert. That's something we could probably get rid of and save some costs. We do have some affiliate cups, Real Monarchs and the Reesy FC Academy. The Academy is down here, and we've got a fair few players in the Academy. We don't know too much about them yet. I will go through between the episodes and have a look, dive deeper into the Academy and see what we've got coming through. So here is the squad. It's quite a big squad here at Reesy FC, and we've got quite a good few players, to be fair. Look, there's a good ability at the club. A variety of ages as well, mixture of youth and experience, mainly leaning towards experienced players in there. Something that obviously the club want to change. They want us to bring in younger players under the age of 21 ideally. So it'll look like we're going to try it, but at first glance of this screen, we'll look at trying to keep some of the experienced players in to help the youngsters progress when they come to the club. Let's have a look at the team report then, and this is the depth at the club. We'll start from the goalkeeper. So a 3-star goalkeeper, Zach McMath, looks an okay keeper. Maybe we can bring in a different keeper, a better keeper, one with a few better attributes, but it's not certainly it's not alarm bells at the moment. We don't necessarily need one right away, but maybe we can certainly bring in a young one for a bit of backup and hopefully of good potential. So he will take McMath's place eventually. Defence, looking at this, left back maybe somewhere to improve. Actually, everywhere across the defence, I'd kind of like a couple of 4-stars in there if possible. But again, we don't know the calibre of player at the moment that we can bring into the club that can fit all the rules and regulations in this league. If we go up as well, again, we've got fairly good midfielders there. We've got 2 midfielders. Sorry, no, we haven't got 2 midfielders. I was about to, on each position. They are actually the same player. So we've got 4-star midfielders in there, 3-star as well. And I mean, let's have a look at their attributes. So passing is a key one for me. Teamwork off the ball is really good attributes here for Kralak, Croatian. Let me know how you say that. And yeah, he actually looks not a bad player. Brave midfielder as well, so he likes a battle or two. He can play up front as well, which is interesting. He's very comfortable as anywhere up front, really. So he's a versatile player. We will definitely look to keep and utilise his experience. Everton Louise as well. Let's have a look. So he's very aggressive. So he's another player that likes to get stuck in. He looks like a guy that likes to get stuck in as well. He is someone that we can utilise as well. He can play. He's comfortable anywhere in the defensive midfield role or central midfield. So he's a guy we will look to use as well. And I'm guessing that these guys quite young. He's a 38-year-old. We will look to get him out of the club. He's not needed. We don't need 38-year-olds laying around. You can see when clicking through, our first 4 midfielders we've clicked on are all well into their 30s. So you can see why the club want to bring in young players for sure. Wingers, I mean, immediately I look straight to this right wing. Maybe we can do something here. We want some fast players in there with great crossing ability. This guy is okay. I'd like to get another right winger in there for sure. He's also the left winger at the club as well, which is interesting. We've got Merrim. So we're not actually blessed, another 32-year-old. We're not actually blessed with an amazing squad. It's an okay squad, but this is the type of challenge I wanted to take on because we want to bring in some excellent players to Reesy FC to help us reach our goals. Tactics-wise, this is what they set us up with. All the players are on holiday, so when I quick picked, only selected the 2. They wanted us to play with a counter-attacking system. That is what suits the players mostly. So this is a 4-3-3 setup, which I don't mind. I like 4-3-3. I use it quite a lot. And I've gone for one that they're familiar with, so we can revert to. Obviously, the familiarity bar is low because we haven't got the players in there at the moment. But this is a counter-attacking system that they want. I'll look to try and tweak this, but I will look to move them away to play in my custom tiki-taka system because I like the 4-2-3-1 as well. And this is the way I'd rather play. A bit of a part more pressure, more possession-based football and attacking football, and that's what I will look to be doing. So in pre-season, I'm going to make them familiar with this, and we're going to sign the calibre of players, hopefully, to suit the system and play the way I want to play. Staff-wise as well, I've started this season. I like to do my own training. I have looked at briefly at the staff, and I mean, assistant manager. Maybe we could look at getting another one in there. We are looking for another coach. The coaches, I mean, aren't amazing here. I'd much rather a lot better attributes than that. We are looking to bring in another coach, and this is a guy on the staff shortlist, Mike Lapper. We have offered him a role and much better attributes than the current coaches at the club, so we will be looking to bring him in if possible. He's probably the best free agent available at the moment, and I quite like his attributes. Considering I'm going to be doing the main training, this guy should be a good coach to work alongside me on the training pitch. We're also looking at another scout as well because the scouting team is very poor. Chief scout's fine, the other scout very poor indeed, but this guy looks good. The main attributes there very high, 17s, 18s, and another 17 at the top for adaptability, and he looks like a good scout, and he's got a good tactical knowledge as well. Has Marquinhos Mataruna, so hopefully he can come to the club as well. He wants a lot of money though. literally double than what our board were willing to pay. So I've already asked them, can we have some more money to get this guy into the club, because he will benefit us massively. Just checking my emails here, and apparently the expansion draft in the MLS is taking place today, but we are not participating in it because it is reserved for expansion teams in order to help them build their rosters. First of all, I told you it's rosters, not squads. Secondly, that's a bit unfair. Why can't we get in there right away and make some drafts happen? I'm not ready for players anyway yet. I need to do some scouting. I need to get to know some of the players that we can sign at this level anyway, so it kind of does me a favour rather than me just going grabbing some random players anyway. Interesting one as well. Apparently we're already attracting interest over takeovers, so last thing we need is a transfer embargo or a draft embargo, if that is actually a thing as well, because we want to build a good squad, guys. You guys have seen the match engine already, so I'm not going to show you the friendly with the Reesy FC second 11 in this episode. I'm going to go away. I'm going to get familiar with the MLS rules a little bit more. Have a look at some drafts maybe. We will try and show you a draft. I'm not even sure when they come in pre-season. We've got a few months till the beginning of the season, I believe, during pre-season. So I'm sure there'll be a few drafts, transfer windows and whatnot. Truth is, I don't know. But I will let you know what happens on the way anyway. I'm going to go and scout some players, sort my squad out, do my introduction with the team, let them know that I want to be the biggest franchise in the MLS in 3 seasons and see how they feel about that. So guys, if you did enjoy that, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, make sure you hit the little bell as well to be notified every time I upload a video, and thank you for watching. Please leave comments below as well to let me know how badly wrong I've got the rules so far, and let me know who you recommend to have a look at in the MLS. Let me know how it works as well if I've got anything wrong. And it will be great to hear your thoughts on the series and what you think and how you think we are going to do. Also, as well, a reminder, check out FM Custom Kits as well if you are looking for a custom Football Manager kit, because he is brilliant and you'll get to see the amazing 3D kits he did in the match engine in the next episode. I think the next episode will be the first game of the domestic season, along with some transfers maybe. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But join us next time for Create a Club here on Reesy FC. Thank you very much for watching.